What's up YouTube, Jeff back again today with a very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And today I finally have the Galaxy S25 Ultra in the house. And so a lot of people have been asking, and a lot of people have been saying they don't think it's a worthy upgrade to go from S24 Ultra to S25 Ultra. So I've been using it now for 24 hours. I figured I'd give you guys some preliminary impressions. I'll probably do a deeper dive comparison with camera pictures and all that. Today I'm going to talk about what I think are 5 good reasons you can consider upgrading. Now, first of all, is this like a must upgrade? Like, should you do it? No, you shouldn't. The S24 Ultra is still a great phone. This is mainly like, okay, you're an enthusiast and you're trying to decide if it's worth spending like $400 because that's how much it costs to upgrade if you trade in your S24 Ultra with Samsung. I'm going to tell you the reasons why I think that you could at least consider it and why you might be happy if you did so. Now, if you haven't ordered yet and you still want to, check out our website, sammyguru.com. You can get a free mystery box from us of accessories if you pre-order through our affiliate link. That's still open throughout the pre-order period. Just tap the orange banner at the top. Use our affiliate link and fill out the verification form to get into that deal right there. There's the link. There's the verification form. That'll be in the pinned comment description below. So first of all, the display is one reason. And since we're just looking at these displays, we might as well talk about it. The display, is the same resolution, all that kind of stuff. The S25 Ultra has a couple of things going for it that you don't have on the S24 Ultra. So if we go into the display settings and scroll down here and take a look, obviously you can see if you go down to screen resolution, you've got the same QHD plus 3120 by 1440. However, on the S25 Ultra, you have the new ProScale technology that uses AI to enhance the image. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of joking around with some other of our writers at Sammy Guru when I saw people posting from the Unpacked event about how blown away they were by this actual feature. But in person, it really is impressive. The sharpness of the images and just the colors of the image, especially on HDR content, is very impressive. I'll put a little comparison here. I saw SakiTech also. SakiTech does great work, man. He's been doing great work since he got his phone. I always enjoy his content as well, even though we compete, for videos. He did some great comparison here. I'll throw one of my own in here. But the ProScale technology is really, really impressive. I mean, just like if you look here, let's see if we can compare. Even if it's just standard images, it doesn't even need to be HDR video content. Let me see if I can go in. Just check out the difference in the colors on these two. I mean, it really is. Look at the difference in the color, reproduction on both sides. It might be kind of hard to see on video, but you can clearly see on the left, the S25 Ultra does a much better job of capturing the vividness and the range of color in the different things, like the orange to the red. It definitely looks better, clearer and sharper, and with HDR video as well, like I said, even better. So in addition to that, not only that, you've got a little bit higher brightness outside. You also have the new anti-reflective Gorilla Armor 2 here. You can see here on the front. They both have anti-reflective properties, but the S25 Ultra actually does a much better job. This one's actually a little bit closer to my lighting here in the studio on the left side here. You guys can see it creeping on the side there. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, these two phones are both amazing, but the anti-reflective coating is a little better on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Plus you get added drop protection. I think it's up to 2.2 meters, which is 8 feet, which is really nice. So you get some improvements in durability as well. So that's the first one. And it definitely is noticeable in real life in terms of the display improvements that Samsung has in this phone. The next one is the processor. So obviously both of them have very capable processors. However, the Galaxy S25 Ultra does have a more powerful processor, particularly if you do stuff like, gaming and things like that. And if you run a test like the 3D Mark wildlife test, you'll see some really impressive numbers. And it's not that the S24 Ultra can't reproduce the same exact numbers. It still gets the maximum, reproduction on this test, but it does so with some lower frame rates in certain spots. It also gets a little warmer. The Snapdragon 8 Elite really does shine there. It also has about 30% higher Geekbench scores in single core and multi-core. I know all that doesn't really matter, to most people, average consumers, but with multitasking and things like that, you're still gonna get much better overall performance from this processor. Now, in addition to that, you also get slightly better battery life. I've only put 2 charge cycles on this, but it does seem to have substantially better battery life, potentially up to an hour and a half to 2 hour screen on time improvement over my S24 Ultra. I used it yesterday when I first got it from 0 down to 30, and I got about 6.5, 7 screen hours there on that one, and that's pretty good because the first day you're going really hard installing apps and doing all that kind of stuff. So you can see here maxed out, but you can see here the frame rates are very high. The S24 Ultra would always drop some frames. You can see the temperature stays relatively cool as well. So the S25 Ultra definitely has some performance improvements over the S24 Ultra. Are they enough to necessarily warrant an upgrade? Well, that really depends on, what you do on your phone, right? If you are someone who is just browsing Google Chrome or using it for messaging, then the answer is no. Of course, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be a huge deal. But keep in mind, also with all the cool AI functions, which I'll be making some AI features videos for the S25 Ultra very soon, if you're talking about all these new AI features, and there are some new ones that have been added on the S25 Ultra that aren't yet in the One UI 7 beta for the S24 Ultra, now brief right there. You've got some new things, audio eraser. A lot of those are going to be future-proofed by the Snapdragon 8 Elite versus having, the processor that you have in the S24 Ultra that's a couple years old. Still made for AI, but not going to be as future-proof for AI features that you see down the line. So I still think for that reason, the processor is a compelling upgrade. It's a bigger processor jump than usual, not just 10% gains. You see about 30% gains year over year in performance. And that still translates to some good real world use. I wish they would have put 16 gigs of RAM in the upper models. That would have certainly helped also, because I think with multitasking, more RAM is always better regardless. The third thing is One UI 7.0. Now, I know you're saying, well, you can get One UI 7.0 on your S24 Ultra. It'll be coming soon. And that's true. But in my opinion, One UI 7.0 was made for this rounded design that you have on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And in fact, that kind of is another reason that I'll lump together here in this particular section is the rounded design. If you like the rounded design, then that's another reason to upgrade, because obviously it's different on the S24 Ultra. And it does feel nicer in the hand. Obviously, if you're someone who's going to just throw a case on it, the rounded design won't matter. But a lot of the things, like animations, the UI itself, like the quick settings panel, it just looks like it was made. Like, look at all the rounded bubbles. It looks like it was made for this more rounded design. I think it just looks better. The animations are also more fluid. There definitely are. Comparing the One UI 7, I mean, this is a beta, of course. But I mean, the One UI 7 Beta 3 on the S24 Ultra, it just definitely feels a lot more fluid. Now, I'm not someone who does the rapid animation test. I understand why people do it, but just in my experience navigating around, especially also in the App Store has a little lag on One UI 7 Beta 3 on the S24 Ultra. This is very smooth here. No jelly-like scrolling or anything like that. So overall, the performance of One UI 7, I think, is better on the S25 Ultra. Was obviously optimized for the S25 series, that design language, and just overall, of course, the processor helps as well in that regard. So that's the design, and One UI 7 and how it looks on that design is another big thing that I've noticed right out of the gate. The fourth thing is, of course, the camera. Now, this is not really a big one at all. The camera is not something that I would say you really should upgrade for, but if you go into the ultra wide, you can now go up to, you can see here, you can now shoot your ultra wide camera at 50 megapixels. If you go here at 50 megapixels, you've only got 1x, 5x. Here you've also got the ultra wide, which is really awesome. Now, I haven't done any full camera comparisons yet or anything like that because I just got the phone. I did snap a few pics and overall looked very good. The camera on here also, I think, benefits. I took pic photos yesterday, while I was out and about eating some lunch and stuff with the S25 Ultra. And I do think the zoom looks really good. I think it looks better than it did over here. This is a photo I took of the terrible fat battery icon, which is still on the S25 Ultra, by the way. Took some nice photos, though. This one was at 1x, pizza, 2x, and 3x. This photo is at 1x of my car. Everything looks good. The colors look good on this. And the ultra-wide shots do look well. I think one of these wasn't ultra-wide at 50 megs. Perhaps this one of the car there. So overall, very impressed with the camera. I think you're going to get some computational photography improvements from the Snapdragon 8 Elite as well because of the image signal processor. So it's not necessarily just the ultra-wide, even though that's the only hardware upgrade. You're also getting some software improvements with the Snapdragon 8 Elite. So that also gives you a reason to upgrade at the end of the day. The final reason, and even though this is not really perhaps, it's not as big of a reason as I thought it was going to be before the phone was announced, this phone does have Qi 2 compatibility officially with certain cases. Now, the S24 Ultra doesn't have it at all, but we were really hoping that the S25 Ultra would have actual magnets in here so we'd be able to get MagSafe and everything without having to have a specific case, but that's not the direction Samsung went. So if you buy the official Samsung magnetic charging case, then you can use that, snap on your attachments and all that. And that is a reason, because some people do want that. I don't think you really get the faster Qi 2 charging speeds with that case. I haven't gotten the official magnetic wireless charging case yet, but I will test it. So mainly you're just getting it for those MagSafe type attachments and, you know, charging functionality. Samsung has a 3-in-1 charger that they have on their website on launch day. I think they've since removed it because it was never in stock. That will also support that. So if you want that, that's another possible reason to upgrade. So those are all the reasons that I can see that if you're an enthusiast, again, the upgrade from S24 Ultra to S25 Ultra is not going to be an earth-shattering upgrade that's going to make you say, well, okay, this is going to blow my mind, because it's not. But the things that have impressed me in the first few days are, one, the display upgrades. And I think that's the biggest one. That's the thing that jumps out the most to me. The processor, and then One UI 7, the new design, how everything kind of fits together. It's the cohesiveness of that, and how the processor also supports a lot of the new AI features. The Now Brief is fantastic as well. Definitely like this. You know, this is a really cool feature. It's not going to blow anyone's, you know, Samsung really sold the Galaxy Eye, and there are some really cool stuff with the Now Brief. You now get sports scores and things like that. But, you know, it's not going to be something where it's like, okay, this is going to absolutely blow my mind, and I feel like this is a reason I have to upgrade. I don't think anyone's going to say that about the Now Brief, but it is certainly a really nice feature, and it's something that kind of adds to the cohesiveness. Like I said, there's a lot more stuff now inside the Now Brief that you can include that wasn't on One UI 7 beta for the Now Bar. So there's a lot more functionality there. I'll be diving into those fully in some tutorials. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys some initial impressions. Let me know what you guys think, questions you have. I'll be happy to do a Q&A. I'll probably do a question and answer stream sometime this week, a live stream, just to kind of go over everything. If you guys are still thinking about ordering, make sure you check out the website. Go to sammyguru.com, order with our affiliate link, fill out the verification form, and you get a free box of accessories from us. Those start shipping February 3rd. So those of you already signed up should be getting confirmation from me very soon. Appreciate you guys checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.